Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Home of Politics. I really appreciate your support and continue tuning in so that we can grow together. Enjoy watching. Ladies and gentlemen, the issue of Mavoko land cartels or land grabbing in Athi River, it has now become a famous story of the day, and everybody has been lamenting, has been criticizing the government of the day from their destructive nature and decision of risking people's life, losing their investment, their properties, being displaced without an effective method of compensating these people or looking for an alternative way to settle these people before they are being thrown out like that as refugees. Right now they are homeless, they don't know how to help themselves, and so this is the claim that the public has been making. At least the government could have looked for a way to accommodate these victims, even if they are going on with their demolition because of the court order that was given out. And so it is not a new thing, because it is from record the Mavoko land case have been in history for more than 10 years now, and I'm sure these people knew that this land had got cases and problems. And so apart from settling in this land or buying the land with their money, the money that was given to the people whom they purported to be the owners of the land before selling to these residents, these are the people who brought in a lot of problems, because they took money from innocent residents who knew that they have acquired their land in a lawfully way. And so right now, according to how different leaders, whether in government, whether in opposition, the way they are talking, it seems like they are trying to avoid the means of helping the residents of Mavoko land, but they are now using these Mavoko land cases as a issue or a reason for doing politics. This is because the other day when we saw Mavoko MP, this is Honorable Patrick Makau, after he was interrogated at the DCI in Nairobi, it has now been purported that it is a political affiliation case, whereby it is not Makau, MP Makau alone who is in this case. It has now been generalized to an extent that the whole of Azimio, including the Wiper party at large, it is in this land grabbing case. This includes party leader, this is Wiper party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, and even the governor of that region, this is Governor Vija Ndeti. They are dragged into the issue of Mavoko land grabbing. This has been purported by some of the MP from UDA who are the residents of that region. They are accusing now the Wiper party of collaborating with the criminals and cartels to loot the people's money so that they can accumulate that money for their private use. And they claim specifically that the money was used for campaign period.
I have also said that the list that was given by the DCI must be expanded, because I think this is a Macau list only. But where is the big fish? Where is the big fish? Where is the party leader? And therefore DCI cannot just target the smaller fish. My point is there are bigger fish than Macau, all of them.
Who are they?
And I have mentioned one of them is Kalonzo. I have mentioned the other one is Wavinya. My friend, remember, in Athi River, already more than 20 people have approached me, telling me I'm a victim, so and so sold the land to me, oh, aliniuzia pesa. And even I have now clips that I can share with you, how these deals were done. People just quickly just telling you, go there, in Yako, you go there, you build there, and if you don't build, I'm going to take it tomorrow. You go build. We have, and I'm going to share with you immediately after this, So these things are there. The victims are coming to us. They already now know the truth. They know the people who now claiming to be helping them, they are kikulacho kinguoni mwako. They are the people actually who fleeced them. Anyone here who believes Kalonzo can be the next president, you're obviously daydreaming. I mean, it's not worth the effort even discussing, because these are very, very serious matters that should not be mixed with some mediocre jokes.
My good people, the UDA leaders are going ahead to name the people who were present in the Saitoti report 2012 to be the same people who have been present in the list for those criminal offense and cartels who are still operating in Mavoko. They have purported that Kalonzo Musyoka, Wavinya, and other leaders like Makau, including other MPs, are responsible for land grabbing in Mavoko. If we can just go back and see the task force that was placed to investigate the land grabbing in Mavoko district back in the year 2012-2010, the results and the conclusion came out whereby 8 members were found responsible. And if I can go through these names, I'm not seeing any of the leaders who are present right now in the government or in the opposition, whom the UDA members are claiming that it is something to do with the Wiper party. And so the first one was Miriam Mwikali. These were the mayors of that time. We also had Joseph Mutuku Masau, Nicholas Ndambuki, Wilson Mbithi Munguki, Sylvester Nguta Ndechi, and then we had Wilson Mbithi, Sami Kathilu, Amos Kilonzo. Finally, we had Julius Wambua. These are the 8 people who were found out to be involved in Mavoko district land grabbing, and it is not this Portland cement only that was grabbed. So many groups are the victim of this land grabbing. And so the government by that time in 2012 had to put a short-term and a long-time solution to stop land grabbing cases and to stop this Mavoko land to be among the lands that are under dispute. But it seems it did not work out perfectly now that we see the same issue of land grabbing, and the case has emerged right now since the 2012. And so when the UDA leaders are purporting, saying that we have this issue of Wiper leaders who are acquiring money through some other cartels and brokers, the money that they have been using in campaign, then we are not seeing the name of Kalonzo Musyoka, Patrick Makau, we are not seeing even the name of Wavinya in the list, and other well-known Wiper leaders from Azimio la Umoja. And so it is just telling us that this has turned out to be a political fight between the government and the opposition. The reason being, the opposition is highly criticizing the government of their inhuman act in demolishing these houses without considering how they will resettle again these residents who have been the victim in Mavoko land. And so because the government is only trying to dodge or to avoid more stories, now they are turning the tables to this opposition, because they are the people who are pointing fingers to the government's problem every time and then, to an extent that I have also had another leader being dragged into this. This is Alfred Mutua. By that time he was the former governor, and they say he also owns some shares in this Mavoko land. Where is the truth now? Because as much as the opposition is trying to criticize the work of the government on how they have expressed a bad picture in demolishing houses without settling these residents, the government is again pointing fingers to these opposition leaders who are again complaining. And so it seems there is a trick which is going on here, and the possibility is these people or cartels who have been involved in the land grabbing action in Mavoko can be still right now in government, but they are big fish to an extent that they cannot be mentioned right now. And so, due to the private interest, some of the people have dragged the residents into a lot of mess because everything is gone right now. They do not have a shelter where to sleep, and it shows how some of the leaders are very greedy to an extent of sacrificing the public's life for their own gain. We also see there is conmanship here because even if these people are stealing the money from the residents openly in the broad daylight, they are the same people who are pretending to help them. They are crying the crocodile tears. So right now, the people of Mavoko themselves, they know who the thief is, because as much as some of the people from far can can also go through or can also find themselves into this case, these people who purchased the land themselves, they know the owners who dragged them into the mess. They know who conned them their money, and it cannot be the issue of political fight between UDA leaders and Azimio leaders from Wiper party. And so to politicize this issue of Mavoko land grabbing, it cannot help to solve anything right now, because the government has its own investigation and it can find out who took the money, who everything. The government is capable of finding these culprits, whether they are big people in the government, whether they are local people or brokers or cartels. All these people, the government is in a position to have them. And so they should do the necessary and stop all these dramas of blame games whereby politicians, the locals, we also have some of the offices like survey and land registry are being dragged into this thing, because how can you approve a land? How can a court give a court order of people to erect houses in a land that has disputes? And so it is a high time for this government itself to search itself where possible, because the people who are making the public to suffer, it is the same people who pretend they are defending the law, and they are the people who are looting money from the public just because of their personal interests. And so another issue here was that the Kamba community is being targeted. Actually, you have been informed that it is not the only Kamba community that are the residents of Mavoko. We have other communities that are residing in that place, and their houses have also been demolished. And so to bring in tribal issues and political issues into the issue of Mavoko will not help anything, because even if the UDA leaders are pointing fingers to the Azimio leaders from Wiper party, it will not help. It means that these two parties are playing the blame game in order to avoid to do the necessary right now. And the public is not going to suffer for the sake of the few individuals who believe they can play games here and there. It is a high time for this government to point out and bring out the culprit and stop bringing political interest into the issue of Mavoko land. Now, how will it benefit the people whose house have been demolished when the UDA MPs are blaming the MPs and the governors from Wiper party? How will it solve that problem? It is a high time for these leaders to stop blame game, bringing politics in a serious problem like this, and they should look for a way to sort out this problem and compensate these people who have been the victim from Mavoko district. I don't know how you think about this opinion. Do you see bringing politics between the opposition and the government into Mavoko bringing any help right now? Send me your ideas in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.